Shalom, shalom. What's going on, family? Let's start out by saying all praises to the Most High Yah. Thanks for having us here. And our duty is to get back to you, Yah. So let's get it started, man. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the God of Israel does not like coons, especially the men. Now, I'm going to take my time on this. It's not going to be that long. I'm going to go through a little bit of Torah and see what the Most High says in the rest of the Old Testament. So, just so we start out, man, because I have a lot of questions just from random people. You know what I mean? It's always been the same thing. And I always wanted to talk about this because it's a pretty hard subject, but a lot of people don't understand. Maybe because it's not in their blood. Their DNA is not alerting them at with a strong frequency. I don't know what it is. But we got to understand that we're all not the same, man. You know what I'm saying? Every nation in Israel, not in Israel, but every nation in the world, I apologize, Israel being one nation, but every nation in the world has its mighty men, has its citizens, has its, you know what I'm saying, men of high valor, you know what I mean, whatever you want to call it. And when it comes to Israel, the Most High, you know what I'm saying, he treats us like like we're all in his little army. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want us to be fearful. He doesn't want to be scared of anyone else. You know what I'm saying? This is why these nations war everybody, because they're actually scared of each other. You know what I'm saying? And we wonder why there's so many people being born that love to get into these type of things as they grow up, as far as in fighting or just being in some type of contact sport. And all these things that I'm talking about are not the mentality that I'm saying everyone should have, but as an Israelite, it's really on us to really show some of these qualities that we're not scared as if you're a boxer or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if you're a football player, you're not really scared of your opponent. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us have different experiences. So some people, they might not see it the way I might see it, if that makes sense. But it's easy to be looked upon as a coon or you're soft if you don't understand what some of us Israelites are trying to say and how we bring upon things or how we talk about things. Yeah, it might be brash, it might be hard sometimes, but it's just what we were born to do. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High clearly shows us in the scriptures that he's not down with not thinking that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to go out and be so, you know what I mean, such a rebellion where you get yourself locked up in jail or you end up dead or something because you did something stupid. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as far as in you not taking no for an answer, or as far as standing your ground, not getting punked, staying true to the word, letting people know no matter if they care or not spreading peace and love, because there is no peace and love until we get the land and take the land back. You know what I'm saying? That's when the peace and love will come about. So anyone preaching peace and love, you know what I'm saying, is nonsense. And I can have another video about peace and love, I can make that a whole different video. I'll do it not after this, but probably like a couple of weeks from now. But we're gonna get into it, man. So you gotta understand, man. This stuff is real. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna start off with Exodus 1, and let's just see what the Most High is talking about, man. So Exodus 15, verse 1. And we're really only looking at this just to look at one verse, but I'm going to just read the entire thing because it's all right there and it will all make sense in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and go. That's Exodus 15:1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Yah, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yah, for he have triumphed gloriously The horse and his rider have he thrown into the sea. Yah is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God. I will prepare him an habitation, my father's God, and I will exalt him. For Yah, it's supposed to say, for Yah is a God of war. Yah is his name. So on there it says Yah is a man of war, which is totally wrong. The Most High isn't a man. So we're going to keep going. And Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts have he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned into the Red Sea. The depths have covered him. They sank into the bottom as stone. Thy right hand, O Yah, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Yah, have dashed in pieces the enemy. So listen to these verses. Take them slow. Don't just read them fast. But the two main verses I want to talk about is actually 3 or 4 of them. But you understand what the Most High says. He's a God of war. Yah is his name. And it says how he destroyed Pharaoh's army and his captains, and they sank to the bottom as stone. And we have dashed, and he had dashed in pieces the enemy. So the Most High is saying, you know what I'm saying, he's helping us do these things. And we did that coming out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And then once we got into our land, that's when we started actually putting hands on people. You know what I'm saying? So you can pretty much expect the same exact thing that happened this go around, because the Most High says we'll be going to Egypt again. And I'm going to show you, you know what I mean? I'm not going to go fully in depth because I have another video talking about the Exodus. Probably right after this one, I'm going to talk about it. But this video here is going to really show you the Most High showing you he's going to really do the same thing. And when we get back to the land, if you've been paying attention to my last videos, we already know that we're going to be laying hands on Esau. You know what I'm saying? That's already a given. So so now we understand Exodus 15, right? So the Most High, we know he's a God of war. So when we see these video games and all these things out here, of like World Warcraft or whatever, or you know what I mean, when you have these nations and they have these little armies, you see them on Instagram all the time. These video games you can download on your phone, and it's talking about war. Well, that's what the world is based on, man. War. You know what I'm saying? Everything is solved. I'm not gonna say everything is solved through war, but you got to understand that destruction from the war restarts a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the United States has been holding on this entire time. You know what I'm saying? They won their war, but they're still trying to hold on to it because they know they when the next one comes, it's going to be a new beginning. And they're for certain, they already know that they're not going to be the leaders. So the Most High, this is how he replenishes the earth. This is how he moves people. This is how he, you know what I'm saying? He gets people to see his word and what he's saying is correct, and all his wonders. He does it through war. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that as Israelites, nothing's all salvation. Just ain't no walk in the park. Oh, I'm here. I'm signed up. Let me get my salvation. I'm gonna be in my land now with 7 women as my wives. Like, nah, man. It don't even go like that. The mentality we gotta have as Israelites is we don't know if we ever gonna make it to the land. We shouldn't even be thinking that we're worthy enough to get to the land. We want to get to the land, but we know we gotta fight for the land. You know what I'm saying? So now we gotta go back. Let's go to Deuteronomy 20. So now we know that we can't. How the Most High he showed his might and took us out. Now we're gonna get into Deuteronomy 20. Where the Most High really laying down words right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get it right now. So, obviously we're already Exodus, right? We're already out of Egypt. Now we're, you know what I'm saying, in the wilderness, doing our thing, trying to get our land, getting our territories and whatnot. So here comes the Most High. He says, Deuteronomy 21, then thou goest out to battle against thy enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and the people more than thou. Be not afraid, for Yah thy God is with thee, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So you already know this is already talking about the same thing that we just talked about in Exodus 15. So this is pretty much talking about the aftermath again. And it shall be, when ye come nigh unto battle, that the priest shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be terrified because of them. For Yah is your God, that he goeth with you to fight you against your enemies to save you. And the officers shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that have built a new house, and have not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man dedicate it. And what man is there have planted a vineyard, and have not yet eaten of it? Let him also go return to his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And what is there that man hath betrothed a wife, and have not taken her? Let him go return to his house, lest he die in battle, and another man take her. Then the officers shall speak unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. So you already see what the Most High is already doing here. He's giving us straight examples, so there's no excuse. And what was the last one? The last one is what this video is about. You can't be a coon, man. And coon, when you're a coon, you're acting soft. You're contemplating of what we have to do. You're kind of siding for the other man. You don't want to kill them. You don't want to do any harm to anyone. But you got to understand, man, the Most High is a God of war, man. There's going to be battle. And I'm going to prove that even further. So you already see what the Most High said here. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return to his house, lest his brethren's heart be faint as well as his heart. So the Most High don't want no coon-ass niggas, you know what I'm saying, being around people that's ready to fight for him. You know what I'm saying? So, so if you think about it, man, you leaving yourself, I'm not saying you leaving yourself to die, but you leaving yourself on the wrong side of the stick for not understanding why some of us feel the way we do. You know what I mean? It's not to put down anyone or anything, but it's just, you know what I mean, it's in our heart, because we have the Torah written in us. So people that's saying, oh, we're crazy, or we're just murderers, or we want to kill people, that's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anyone that's Yah only Israel that's been doing some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's always been these other camps, these Christian camps, and all that crazy stuff. We know when it's time, when the real war happens. And we can see it already. The Most High has already given us clear example. When we read Exodus 15 and we read Deuteronomy 20, the Most High says, get ready for your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Don't be faint-hearted. He don't want you going to influence your other brother to be soft just like you. You know what I'm saying? We don't rock, real Israelites don't rock with softness, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the dude is 10 times bigger than you. You go out there and you fight that man if you got a problem with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, man. And I'm not saying, oh, that's the right way, the example I just gave. But you know what I'm saying? If you're taking care of a problem, you can't be scared of nobody. And we're going to back that up. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 7 real quick. And and the one thing here, another thing that bothers me is a lot of us, we don't understand that there's many things that are keeping us away from being saved by the Most High. There's a lot of things. Us not returning to him, the right book, which is the Torah, us stop doing our abominations, us not taking this thing seriously, and this next thing has a lot to do with being basically a coon or somebody soft. So we're in Deuteronomy 7 right now, and we're gonna start at 7:15 and go to 7:18. Now I know I don't have it written over there, so let me just write it. 7. So these are the verses that I'm using on the right here. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 7. And Deuteronomy 7, starting at 15. It says, Yah will take you from thee all the sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases on Egypt, which thou knowest upon thee, but will lay them up on all them that hate thee. And thou shalt consume all that people which Yah shall deliver thee. Thine eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shall serve their gods, for that will be a snare to thee. This is where we get into it. If thou shalt say in thy heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? Thou shalt not be afraid of them, but shalt well remember what Yah did unto Pharaoh and to all of Egypt. So you already know what we talked about in Exodus 15. This is why I'm keeping the Torah so tight with these scriptures, so you can see them side to side. You know what I'm saying? The Most High always tells us to remember what he did to Pharaoh in Egypt, and how we came out, and how we had to fight to get our land. This is all the same stuff going on in Deuteronomy 20, Exodus 15. This is another thing. This is what's keeping us back as a nation. Obviously, we don't know Obviously, we don't know which Negroes are Israelites. But as a nation, if you know you're an Israelite, just based on what the Most High has revealed to you, then you should know. Then you can actually see what he's saying here. If thou shalt say in thy heart, which means it's talking about you yourself, these nations are more than I. How can I dispossess them? So we're living in that time where the Most High, he doesn't want you to be soft. Not saying he ever wanted us to be soft, but he don't want you to be no coon. He don't want you to be no agent. He don't want you to be no punk. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in your heart where you feel like just because we're below, and you can see how the Most High says he's going to take us away. So this is that time where he's going to take us away. So no matter how low we are, no matter if the Most High said that we'll be at the bottom and they'll be at the top, you can never think in your mind or your heart that these other nations are greater than you. So if you want to cool out, or you want to don't want to be so harsh on people or other nations, or you know what I mean, telling them the truth and being all scared, and you think everything's peace and love, then you're actually in your heart, you're saying these nations are greater than you. Because first of all, you're scared of actually telling the truth. You're scared to stick up for Yah. You don't understand that the Most High is a God of war. You don't understand how the world works. The whole world works based off war. America we live in right now is the mightiest military. That's why America's dollar can sustain as long as it has. The Most High has to chop that down for them to be destroyed, for us to take over. And I'm gonna keep getting into that. So the Most High is setting up his warriors from birth, man. So you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, man, just because you might not be a warrior or you don't like confrontation or whatnot, doesn't mean you have to be against the grain of what the Most High is saying. You know what I'm saying? We got it ingrained in our head so much that God is all love and he doesn't never want to hurt nobody. We got to face the facts and the truth, man. The truth is right here, what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making anything up. So the Most High is saying here, if you say in thy heart that these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? If you want to be soft, you want to be coon, you know what I'm saying? You really don't want to get out of here. How does the Most High going to get riled up to get rid of them for him to come redeem you? You know what I'm saying? And that goes, and this is what I'm talking about with the whole paperwork and all that crazy stuff. Like if you will watch my other video about jurisdiction, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do paperwork for the man. You're admitting to the man that you know what I'm saying? I don't want to listen to my God. I feel like you're greater than me, so I'm going to go come and do your paperwork so I can become greater than you. Does that make any damn sense? Like, come on, man. You got to know Yah's with us. Yah's our weapon of war. That's what you got to understand, man. And if we don't understand it as people, that's keeping us back. The Most High already said that. That's one of the reasons that's keeping us back as a people. Because in our heart, we truly do think these nations are greater than us. I don't think that, but I know the majority of people don't think like me. You know what I'm saying? I was born, you can ask my mom. I came out the womb fighting. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to boarding school at 4 years old. getting my ass whooped every day on some slave shit. You know what I'm saying? I played contact sports all through my up to my mid-20s, professional. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are just built for this. You know what I'm saying? This is why we're being sustained as a nation so much, but a lot of people don't talk about it. They clown up on us saying that, oh, we're just athletes or we're in jail, but you got to understand the real psychology behind it. We're prisoners of war. We never signed no treaties or anything. We're not under, you know what I'm saying? We're under someone's rule, but we never went to them and say, hey, we want you to be our ruler. You know what I'm saying? They have our mighty men in jail and in sports for a reason. It's a tactic on a war to keep your enemy down. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're not understanding as a nation, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at people just because they have a certain energy, and not saying that they're not, because the Most High doesn't like people that just hungry for war. He don't like that. But when you got to go to war, you got to go to war. You know what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying, man. This is one of the main reasons why the Most High is not taking us back. To this point today, this is one of the reasons, and it's right there. If you say these nations are greater than I, how can I dispossess them? You know what I mean? So now we're going to keep going into Micah 4. So we get all this so far that we went through. It's all lining up with how we left Egypt, how the Most High wants us to think, how he, you know what I'm saying, how he redeems us. So we're going to get into Micah 4, and this is thus saith Yah. So, I really try to read the scriptures to really find something real good that I can match up with this, with the Most High speaking. And this is Micah and Zechariah, the best ones I can actually find. And obviously you go to Obadiah, but that's only talking about Esau. But this is where the Most High really, shows what he's about to do. And it's really the same thing. You know what I mean? We're going to go through Micah and Zechariah. So let me go through Micah first. So in that day, saith Yah, Micah 4:6. Will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And Yah shall reign over them in the Mount Zion from henceforth even forever. And thou, O tower for the flock, the stronghold of daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come. And the first dominion, the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Now why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perished? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travaileth. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and they shall go even to Babylon, even thou shalt be delivered. There Yah shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. But they know not the thoughts of Yah, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as the sheaves unto the floor. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and will consecrate their grain unto Yah, and their substance unto Yah of the whole earth. So, right here, the Most High basically is wrapping up the same thing we've been going on in Exodus, in Deuteronomy 20 and Deuteronomy 7. The Most High is talking about the gathering of us, what he's done to us, how he's going to redeem us, and what we're going to do. So you already see the Most High saying he's going to gather us. And he says he's going to make thy horn iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass. So you already know the Most High is a God of war. We're going to be getting ready to do some real shit out here because people have been sleeping on us. And we know we can't do nothing now because the Most High hasn't ordered anything. He hasn't commanded anything. We're still waiting on him. All the stuff that's supposed to happen is supposed to happen just like it did in the first Egyptian captivity. The only difference now is that the Most High is not sending any man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go over another video with that. Why the Most High is not sending a man. And that's a whole totally different video. But the Most High clearly shows us, and we will beat in pieces many people. And we already read in Deuteronomy 20 of it saying the same thing of what we had to do. I believe it was in Deuteronomy 20. Where it says that we shall beat them, or the Most High shall beat them. But you get what I'm saying. We would get out of Egypt. We left. The Most High smited the seas, killed all their men. Then we went into Canaan, and then we had to actually go to war to take the land. So now we're going to go to Zechariah 10. Let me pull up Zechariah 10 real quick. 8 through 12. And this is the Most High talking about the same thing, how he's going to take us out. I will hiss for them and gather them, for I have redeemed them. This is 10 verse 8. And they shall increase as they have increased, and I will sow them among the people, and they shall remember me in far countries, and they shall live with their children and turn again. I will bring them again also out of the land of Egypt, and gather them out of Assyria. I will bring them into the land of Gilead and Lebanon, and a place shall not be found of them. And he shall pass through the sea with affliction, and shall smite the waves in the sea, and all the depths of the river shall dry up, and the pride of Assyria shall be brought down, and the scepter of Egypt shall be departed away. And I will strengthen them in Yah, and they shall walk up and down in his name, saith Yah. So, you already know when the real Israelites are getting out. This is when the real Israelites are getting out. You know what I'm saying? This is matching up with what the Most High has always been telling us, how he took us out of Egypt, and how he's going to work all his wonders. It's the same thing. And this is saith Yah. If you read, you know what I mean, all this right here, the Most High said it right here at the very end. So the Most High, we're going to get out of here with the Most High bringing down the pride of Assyria and the scepter of Egypt. If you know the scepter and the pride of Assyria, he's talking about the people that actually run these nations or run these empires. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be destroying them again. You know what I mean? So when you get into other verses, I believe it's in Isaiah where the Most High says he's gonna smite Egypt and then heal it. This is what he's doing. He's gonna do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get to the land, obviously you know the Most High already says we're gonna have vengeance against the people in the land with Edom. We're gonna be breaking people into pieces. We're gonna if you keep reading in Micah. If you read the entire chapter, it really gives you a good explanation of how things are going to be going down. You can read Joel. And you know what I mean? It just matches up with what the Most High is saying, man. The Most High, he changes not. Everything is ran. You got to figure, like, the Most High, these video games, like I was saying, like how they use these video games to play war games, what are they trying to do? They're trying to emulate the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They know this thing is ran on war. This is why they have our mighty men fooled up and thinking about sports or going to jail. Because they know they're keeping their prisoners of war in their harsher captivity, while everyone else is just living in Babylon doing what they got to do to survive. So you got to understand the big picture of this, man. This is, you know what I'm saying? We have no way, no place of being a coon. We're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that away. And you already know what the Most High says, man. Any man that's fearful, any man that, you know what I'm saying, any man that's faint-hearted, you know what I mean, go back, man. Go back to your house. And this is talking about just as the spirit of our people. That's how it should be. But specifically, this is talking about more for the men. Because, you know, the men, they actually got to go to war and do all the stuff in the field. So, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty straightforward. The Most High he don't deal with coons. He don't deal with soft people. And if you can't get your hard heart by now, you know what I'm saying? You need to start, you know what I mean, doing some workouts or, you know what I'm saying, watching some videos of catastrophe, because a lot of us have lived it. You know what I'm saying? I know people right now that are Israelites that haven't actually lived through that hard life, so they get it. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, a lot of us ain't really been through that. So this video is just to explain that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like the video, hit the subscribe. We're going on 40 minutes now. Share the video if you know anybody that needs to wake up. And, hey, like the video again. I'm gone. Peace.